Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today, we're going to be talking about Pangolin. There's actually been many big updates that came out over the last week that we must review and see, what is happening with our beloved PNG. Before we jump into the technical analysis, we're going to dive into the fundamentals because that is going to be the main part of the video and that is going to be the more exciting part. Look, ladies and gentlemen, Pangolin has officially been listed on another exchange, Bitmart. Pretty respectable, 1.5 million followers. Definitely one of the bigger boys, right? Definitely one of the bigger boys. So, we'll take that win. Absolutely. We can see PNG will be listed on Bitmart Exchange. And you can see this happened on the 30th. And at the moment, it is the 4th. So a couple days ago. And then you can see PNG actually hit us with pretty much back to back bangers. They pretty much said, look, guys, we're also getting listed on another exchange. The exchange is Coin W. We can see they have roughly 530,000 followers. So another good win for Pangolin. This excites me, right? This excites me because, the more listings we're going to have, the more moves we're going to be making over the next, I'd say, maximum 3 months is going to be the most impactful, because the reality is if we can have great news come out near the top of the bull run or a little bit after, and it won't really be that relevant because that is when bear season is going to start. And that is the start of the reversals. And then good news is not that relevant. But at this moment, every single win matters. We can also see that if we go up, right, you can see they're fairly active. But something that happened recently is they made a whole recap. Now, I'm not going to play the video because I watched this video and honestly, you probably won't understand 85% of what the hell is happening because it's just mainly a bunch of pictures. But there is a thread, right? The most important stuff is pretty much the Pangolin version 3 contracts development is finished, audit in progress. We have successfully completed the development of the V3 contracts, and now we are awaiting the audit by, we can see by Paladin, right? The audit is a crucial step in ensuring the security and reliability of the contract, and it's worth the wait to make sure everything is thoroughly vetted. We are committed to providing the safest and most dependable experience for our community. Now, I don't know why I read it that way, like a robot, but it is what it is, right? We all see they talk about how they got listed on some nice exchanges, which is true. All right, new docs for version 3 in progress. We are currently working on the new documentation, which will be released alongside version 3, right? Very exciting. They also did expand their team. Last month, we welcomed a new developer to our team. He brings valuable skills and expertise. With him on board, everything is set to speed up and reach new heights. Now, I don't think they ever said who it was. I don't know who it is personally, but if it's someone actually of value, then things should speed up. And this could be the difference between a $5 PNG, a $20 PNG, and a $50 PNG, right? We can see almost 30K unique visitors in just 30 days, right? We could see we have been on the rise. Everything has been looking good overall. And yeah, I mean, like, it's just good news. There's also more news for Pangolin, right? So lots and lots of news, right? We can see here are the top Avalanche dApps by unique active wallets in the last 7 days. So we can see Pangolin on top, Trader Joe number 2, Jupiter Exchange, and then all of these other exchanges over here. Now, the only thing is a little concerning is the volume is fairly low, right? Someone did say 183,000 wallets during the last 7 days for Pangolin Exchange for a volume of 616,000. That means a swap, a $3, 30 cents per swap. If you compare these data to the Joe Dex, that's the number one Dex on Avalanche. It is really suspicious. It seems fake, in my honest opinion. Now, that is a little bit true. That is a little bit of a red flag, and that is a little bit true, right? It is a little bit of a concern. Um, but that is okay. I mean, I don't think that's the biggest red flag, but you know, it's something that I'm putting out there. I have no bias towards each coin. For me, the end goal is to get in the best projects, high probability projects, right? A mix of those, and ultimately sell near the tops, right? So if something is a little bit red flag, I have no problem calling out. So I wouldn't worry too much, right? I wouldn't worry too much because they are getting listed on exchanges. They are making moves. So, you know, obviously we want those numbers to be better, but it's not the end of the road, right? You can see if Pangolin, then what? Or sorry, if not Pangolin, then what? Always PNG, crying. When's version 3? People always say the same thing, right? Um, right? We do want version 3 to come out in January. I did say that because they keep saying it's around the corner. If you keep saying it's around the corner for the last 3 months, then how big is this corner, right? That's that's what I'm saying, right? So that is the only thing I'm waiting for is version 3. I do think version 3 will come out sooner than later. I still have high hopes for this project. There's not enough red flags or anything I've seen about Pangolin for me to be like, you know what, I'm actually going to get out of this project. I still think it's worth the risk. And regardless of what happens with exchanges in version 3, I still think at the minimum, due to market structure, we should be getting, I would say, up to $2 on a very, very bad bull run. Okay. Which, if we got up to $2 from a price point like this, it is still ultimately decent gains at the end of the day, right? You pretty much get 5.6 times your money. So, whatever you have now times 5.6, because this, what you see on the graph, 462%, that is pure profit, right? So, 5.6 times your money for the worst case scenario isn't that bad for me, considering there's so much more upside of potentially, us still reaching that 70 to 80x, right? We talked about how a $20 possibility is on the line. So, you know what? For me, I am holding on to my Pangolin position. I am chilling with this coin. I still have faith in this coin, right? The market structure looks fairly good. We know overall Pangolin likes to move in bursts. I've discussed this before. People were panicking when we were down here. I remember when people said, "Oh my gosh, guys, we dropped, we dropped," and it's like, yeah, of course, it was a very simple explanation. All we did was retest these tops over here, right? And then we had some kind of institutional candle over here, which I literally called out on the channel. Back when I was smaller, I called it out, say, hey guys, there's a candle here, it's gonna tap, right? Then we did tap, and then I expected a triple tap, which then I made a video, guys, saying I believe we have triple tapped. And you know me, I'm huge on the triple tap reversal confirmation, right? It doesn't happen in every single coin, but it does happen very, very often. And this is something you could also use in reverse in terms of the bull run, right? Near the tops, right? Usually you get this kind of similar pattern, but it's just in reverse. And when you see something like this near the top, you should probably cash out. But yeah, look, we got it. Next week, we had a huge pump. And then we have a slow decline now and a little bit of recovery, which is normal. It is normal, right? At the end of the day, we are still looking fairly good. We are kind of below our beloved 36-cent mark that, I love and always have talked about, right over here. But that's okay. Well, technically, we are technically above it right now. But this is pretty much the area I always have looked for, right? For me, this is a huge support area. And you know what? Us being here more or less is fine, right? I believe, we're not going to be struggling. I believe overall, we just, all we did recently was retest this huge consolidation zone over here, right? Trading, charts, markets, they're just a game of ping pong ultimately, right? This is why I trade short term. Don't really like to hold my trades more than 2 hours because it's just a game of ping pong, right? For me, why would I hold a move for a couple of days if I could just do the same thing, get the same result within an hour, right? Um, but yeah, look, so boom, we burst it up, we, exhaustion, we sold off, we're pinging off here. And then now overall, I expect for us to be going up unless there will be a flash crash. In an event of a flash crash, we could even see us go all the way down to the 20 cent, 27 to 25 cent mark. literally probably for only a couple seconds before we recover. There is a daily order block over here at 32 cents, which we may tap. But at the moment, we have to see, it is a Saturday at the end of the day. Not much is most likely going to happen. The weekly candle looks all right, but not the strongest buying pressure. Ultimately, at the end of the day, these micro moves I don't really care about. I all I care about is the bull run, is the official altcoin season, and is officially for me to click that sell button. That's all I officially care about. So yeah, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.